Hey everybody, welcome back to the 1RC YouTube channel. Today we've got a closer look at our freshly built Team Associated DR10 team kit. Kit went together without a hitch. Even for somebody like me that struggles to see fine print, it took me about 4 hours total to assemble the kit, and that includes mounting the electronics, building the wheelie bar, all the tedious steps, running the wiring. It was a very pleasurable kit to build. Everything that was supposed to be in the box was in the box. Each step there was no extra parts, no extra hardware to make you wonder if you did something wrong. It wasn't like a piece of IKEA furniture. The bags were extremely well laid out. I have to give Associated credit for that. It's a well thought out, well designed kit. The instruction manual was pretty easy to follow. Very good illustrations. Did have a few steps that it was a little questionable as where a part went, but once you had it together in your hand, it was pretty obvious where it goes. I have to give Associated credit again. The suspension on this car is so buttery smooth. There's no slop in the steering rack. There's no slop in the wheel bearings. Everything just fits together perfectly without binding. The only place that we had a little bit of trouble during the build was in the C-hubs with the inserts where the steering knuckles go into the C-hub. It's extremely tight. If it were me doing it again, I would probably remove 1/10 or 2/10 of a millimeter from each of those surfaces just to give just a little bit of play in that area. Right now it's pretty firm. If you pull the servo horn off and try to rotate the steering, it's a little firm in that area. It may loosen up with time. Time will tell. But out of the box build, it's pretty tight, and it's extremely difficult to get those steering hubs in there. The wheelie bar is another place that needs special attention. It's an intuitive assembly once it is together, but figuring out how to put it together from the instructions was a little trial and error-y for my taste. It's a very stout bar once it's done. It could use an aluminum mount, to be honest. I would like to see Factory Team make one as an option or include one with the kit. But as far as plastic goes, it's pretty sturdy. Pull it around here and you can see it's mounted in, the bar itself is mounted top and bottom, so 4 locations with 45 millimeter through bolts and lock nuts. But the mount itself, let's see if I can zoom in here. The mount itself is sturdy and attaches directly to the motor guard, but it could go one of 2 ways, and knowing me, I put it together wrong the first try. Team Associated does include 2 wheelie bar wheel options, a 22 and a 26 millimeter, to give you 2 more height adjustment ranges on top of the 3 that are built into the bar, for a total of 6 levels of adjustment for the wheelie bar. The 12 millimeter shocks that Associated includes with this kit were a pleasure to build, and I know that's saying something for a shock that does use E-clips to hold the pistons in, but otherwise they went together flawlessly. They are sealed quite well without being sticky. Associated does recommend using a little bit of green slime on the 2 O-rings in the bottom cartridge. Other than that, everything's in the box. The kit does include 35 weight shock oil. It feels pretty well matched to the springs that are included with the kit. And the only other recommendation I could make would be to pick up one of the Factory Team spring kits for the short length shocks to help tune the car to whichever surface it is that you're running on. I am running a generic 9 kilogram servo. It's 0.07 seconds to 60 degrees, so it's fairly quick and has more than enough power. And as you can see there, there is no extra room. So be very, very careful about the size of the servo that you choose for your DR10. We are also using a 7-channel radio link gyro equipped receiver. It's a 1-button receiver to turn the gyro off. So if we do want to compete with the car, it's the push on one button to do so. And when we're not using the car in competition, just on bashing around in the parking lot, we do have the advantage of a very sensitive gyro inside of that receiver. For a speed control, we're using the Hobbywing 10BL 120, 120 amp brushless ESC. You can see it there with its large capacitor pack. I do run Dean's connectors on all my batteries. Just for 10th scale, I find it works fine, and it's easy to find batteries with that connector on them. And for a motor, we are running a 4-pole 5200 kV. Let's see if we can get, I don't think we're going to be able to get it in there. It's a 5200 kV 4-pole Ghoul RC or Surpass generic motor. Saw them online for 20 bucks, figured I'd give one a shot. We do have a Castle 4600 and a Castle 5700 kV on standby if it's not enough motor or if this one gives up the ghost. For tires, we do have some on the way. Got a couple of sets. We've got some Proline Hoosiers and some J Concepts Hotties to try. And not exactly sure what body we're going to go with. Got a couple in mind. I guess we'll let that be a surprise for when the time comes. All in all, really good build. Really enjoyed it. The price is great for what you get in the box. The plastic and metal inside the box is a great value. I feel like this kit is far and above the competition. Now, for me, I can't speak to the Losi 22S no prep car. I can speak to converter drag slashes. This thing blows a drag slash out of the water. The steering is so much more precise. The shocks are on a different level. The transmission, my transmission feels like it has a slight notch, but it feels also like it needs to wear in. Put a little bit of Lucas Oil Red and Tacky in there to kind of quiet things down. In the future, we may upgrade to the 7075 coated aluminum idler and diff housing, just for a little extra durability. But we'll see how the transmission frees up as we put a few packs through it. All in all, I have no complaints. There's a few little nitpicky things, like the wheelie bar assembly could have been a little sturdier, a little simpler. The front steering block inserts could have been a little easier to put in. Those are minor things and things that were easily overcome with 5 minutes of thinking about it. So anybody looking to get into RC no prep and looking to actually get to know your car, this is a great option. 199 bucks out of the box. Throw some electronics, your choice of tires, your choice of body at it. Go have fun. Can't say enough about the kit. Coming up, we'll have some more of a feature on our rear-wheel drive no prep car. Kind of kept it off camera here. I'm saving that reveal for a later date. But we do thank you for tuning in. If you like what you saw, please drop a like below. Subscribe if you're not, and ring that bell if you want to not miss anything that we have coming up. I've got a bee flying around me and it's distracting me. I don't know if I have ADD or if I'm just worried about my allergies. So please forgive me there. But have a great day. See you in the next one.